Oh my gosh, the blood of that black cat. Oh, what a transcendental performance that was. That was unreal. Music transcends words, and in this sense, music transcends the very form of life itself on a spiritual level. And they're connected. And they will share their final performance together in spirits of Kaori. Hello friends, my name is Benoit Kim, a licensed psychotherapist and your favorite yapper. Welcome back. And at last, here we are. The season finale of a back-to-back recording of episode 21 and episode 22 to Your Lie in April, one of the most poetically beautiful and powerful yet tragic series I've ever seen. Truly, especially the last week's of episode towards the end, I was absolutely devastated. I thought I was prepared until I wasn't. Oh, I forgot my tissue box for today since a lot of onion ninjas may appear, but I have my sleeves. Anyway, Assassination Zero, Helixy, and Gian Ichimaru are the founding sponsors here. Thank you so much for your sponsorship and your support since day one. And shout out to every single YouTube family and patron folks out there. Seriously, you guys make this possible. You guys allowed me to be here to complete this series in addition to Scientia Trident support. Sit back and I hope you enjoy. All right, here we go. Do I sound more somber than usual? Am I dealing with anticipatory stress and anticipatory anxiety and grief? All of the above. Oh man. She was convulsing. She lost consciousness. Man, it's like what Eric, waiting for Eric, commented in Patreon for episode 20, early access last week, that the death of that black cat symbolized and represented helplessness, powerlessness, and the idea that we do not get to control or dictate the tidal waves of life, especially with life and death. And that the tragedy and the passing of that black cat was the potent representation of that. And here, this is a continuation of that theme. No matter how earnest they feel, no matter how prayerful, how hopeful, how optimistic they feel, Tsubaki, Watari, Kosei, and Tsubaki's best friends, at the end of the day, with a certain aspects of life, such as terminal stage, end stage cancer, sometimes there's nothing we can do. The amount of learned helplessness and learned powerlessness is potent through the screen. I can feel their grief. They're feeling lost. They yearn for the safe and healthy return of Kaori. But sometimes life happens. Life happens no matter how much we wish the time could be frozen in place. A callback to Tsubaki's theme in the earlier episodes. That's why with the remaining time, despite and in spite of the uncertainty, the great unknown that we call life, we need to be honest with each other. We need to do what we can. Be there for each other. Show up. Visit Kaori in the hospital. Visit that friend. Text that one friend you've been thinking about. His or her. Doesn't matter. Reach out. That compassion. We don't know when it will be our last time to spend time with your friends or family. We have no idea. Nothing is guaranteed. As you guys know, my wife's a physician. And her and so many of her physician friends have been collectively saying that they've been seeing more and more abrupt, unexpected morbidities, heart attack, disease, cancer in patients that's in their 40s and 50s with no prior health record, no prior illness history. But suddenly, bam, things happen. Ailments visit them. The tragedies without any forewarning or foresight. This is the reality. This is the fundamental fabric and nature of this reality, the great unknown. So what can we do? We do what we can. Checking in, show up. That's what they're saying. Man, I planned this shopping spree and shopping trip with Kaori after her discharge, but she's not getting discharged. So those plans will not happen, may not happen. That is the uncertainty. But underneath the uncertainty, there is something we can do. We can still show up in the way we are proud of, in the way we feel called to. So this is a encouragement to all of us. Text that one friend, text that one family we've been thinking about. Just reach out, see how they're doing. We don't know what we don't know. So let's stick with what we can control. I'm already sad. We just started. I'm already sad. Man. Kosei's shoes, it's in disarray. It's not organized, which symbolizes how he feels with his internal reality and the external reality of losing that black cat and potentially losing Kaori. Oh, the sensei's waiting outside. Oh no. Oh man. Absolutely devastated. The teacher is not being not considerate and not thoughtful. She's trying to like find new distraction. Because there's only two things that Kosei cares about. The competition, because that represents where he's going to end up at. That's his entrance exam. That's him fighting his best so he can stay within Japan instead of going abroad away from Tsubaki. The continuation of Kaori's dream, unfinished dream. That's why the music competition is utmost important and is paramount for Kosei. The teacher knows that. So she's trying to tap into that. That's the reason why. It's not that she doesn't care. She knows what Kosei's going through. But it's not working. Oh. Oh. Man. Oh. Man. Oh. When she says I can't do this anymore, obviously multiple layers. I can't play music anymore. I can't practice right now. I can't focus in the competition, and I cannot no longer deal with grief. Losing two most important women in my life. About to lose yet another just pivotal, irreplaceable influence in his life, Kaori. And that falling in love is really deep. Obviously, we know he's had a crush on Kaori, so that's obvious. What is not obvious is he initially fell out of love with his mother because of their trauma, because of his journey, because of all that transformation and renewal we've witnessed and seen since the beginning of the series. He first fell in love with music and piano because one, he's extremely gifted, and two, his mother and teacher's influence. That's why he initially fell in love with music. And he continued to play music by becoming this human metronome, losing his autonomy, his agency, losing his love for music, but nonetheless, for the sake of his mother's recovery. And then he fell out of love with his mom because of the abuse, with piano because of the trauma and the reminder, and third, because of the death of his mother. So his passion died. His love died. And Kaori, as that first spring in Kosei's life, rejuvenated, jolted his passion and love. He fell in love again with music, with piano, and Kaori. That's what he means. All I wanted to do was to fall in love. It's so complex, so multi-layered, and it's absolutely heart-crushing. The shadow in the room, no light, absence of hope. Man. She's saying nothing because there's nothing she can say in this moment to comfort Kosei. There's nothing she can say. She's not going to BS him. They both know viscerally the bleak and seemingly hopeless state Kaori's in, and they're in as a result. So all the teachers can do and all she did is just being there, spending time with him, not leaving him alone, just being there with him, next to him. Sometimes that's all we can do. When we're spouses, boyfriend, girlfriends, when we're best friends are struggling, sometimes, actually no, not sometimes, often, the best thing we can do is just put our arms around their shoulders, just giving a really, really deep, deep hug, literally lending our shoulders so they can cry on us. It's not about offering solutions. It's not about fixing. People didn't befriend us because we are their life mechanics. We're not fixers. All we can do, and the best thing we can do often when our loved ones are struggling, is simply being there and lending them our shoulders and giving them a hug. Oh, the music is beautiful and heartbreaking. My gosh. Oh, poor Nagi too. She knows Kosei's struggling. Emi's practicing. Emi has no idea what Kosei's going through. Oh, neither does Takashi. No one knows. Oh. This is such a reminiscent of the last 2 years before Kosei's great triumphant comeback. Everyone else is thriving. Everyone else is in their flow while Kosei was drowning silently by himself. Here, this is a reminiscent of that. Except, of course, he's not drowning by himself. He is struggling. This is a deep, deep suffering of grief. Unimaginable amount of grief. And his PTSD being reactivated, re-reminded. It's tough, but he's no longer drowning. He's no longer at the abyss at the bottom of the sea. He's afloat. There is people there with him and for him. So the scenarios, the bleakness, the emotional states might feel similar, but it is not the same. We call this invisible progress, or I call this invisible progress. Progress may feel invisible when we're going through it, when we're struggling. At the same time, invisible progress often has tangible outcome, tangible differences in our lives. And I'm sure we'll witness Kosei's invisible progress and its tangible influence and change in his life throughout this suffering. I believe in Kosei and everyone else that's there with him and for him. Pigeons. Man, they usually use like white doves or white pigeons because obviously white doves usually symbolizes hope. But here, even the pigeons are gray. My goodness, like the grayness, the thunderstorm that's looming over their heads. Who's that? That's from Watari? Oh, black cat. Oh my gosh, dude. Is that new? Is Kaori out of ICU? Is she out of her coma? Or is that from previously? Oh, Kaori's out. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, she's lifeless again, but at least she's out of her critical ICU states. So as we know physical comedy through this violence is like a common theme of comedic effort throughout the series. But here it's kind of deep. So obviously Kosei was disassociating and very much in his head. I'm sure he was ruminating, overthinking, just at loss of words, speechless, because he's devastated. And here, Kaori's trying to cheer him up as the patient herself. She's the patient. She's the one that's dying. She's the one that's flirting and confronting her very own mortality. Yet, Kosei was not engaging because, again, I'm sure he is in his head. So many things going through his mind. So what does Kaori do? She did physical grounding, definition right here. Physical or somatic grounding, We talk about the psychosomatic, right? Psychophysiological connection. And somatic grounding is when we are ruminating in our heads. We ground ourselves and recenter ourselves by bringing us to the presence of now within this physical reality. Through touching the ground, touching grass, breathing exercise, breath work, different practices. And through that physical comedy, what Kaori did was somatically grounding Kosei out from his mind back into this reality of now, the physical presence, by throwing that thing at him. Of course, we do not endorse violence, but the underlying theme of that is the somatic grounding piece. That's why he came back to the present. Oh, he's carrying her. Oh, so light. So much loss of blood and weight. Fragility. She's so frail. Speaking of the now. So fragile. Oh, it's snowing. Wow. Oh, the music. It's very peaceful. Oh man. Music takes the people I care away from me. That's a callback to what Tsubaki used to say. Music is taking Kosei away from me. That helplessness. It's so palpable. Oh. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh. Oh my gosh. We're so good at struggling, aren't we? Aren't you going to keep struggling too? Keep struggling, keep going was the main theme of episode 19. Because struggling means we are alive. Struggling means there's hope. That's why we keep on struggling. Here, Kosei said that I just can't do this anymore. I can't keep trying anymore. I can't keep going anymore. In response, there's no judgment. There's no yelling. There's no aggression. Kaori thoughtfully hears Kosei's far cry, his hopelessness and helplessness, and says, but you have me. I'm going to keep struggling. Will you keep struggling too? This is a performance without the music. They're playing in response to each other. This is a dance of hope, of hey, gentle, compassionate encouragement, encouraging one another. Hey, can we not give up? Because you have me. In other words, I will be the center of your universe. I will be the center that grounds you, that centers you. I will be your equilibrium. Please keep going. I will be your anchor despite the storm that's at bay. But vice versa, Kosei, can you please not give up? Can you be my anchor? Can you be the center of my universe? Can you ground me and center me throughout this storm? I need you, Kosei. That's what Kaoru is saying. And also, I got you. I'm getting emotional. Oh my gosh.
でももう1週間触ってた。まともに弾けるわけない。こんな状態で弾けたら奇跡だ。
Need I remind you, Kosei took a 2-year break and still came back.
また下向いてる。
Ah, look up at the sky. The potential. Whoa. She's shadow playing. Whoa, she's like emitting light. Whoa. It's like spotlight from the heavens. As if the heaven is summoning her. Gosh, I'm sorry. Too soon. Gosh, dude. So sad. Audience of one. This is a callback to when Kosei told Tsunagi, music transcends words. That's what Kaori is doing. Music transcends words. No more words. She said what she can. She's already said her piece. She's already told him how she feels. But he's still feeling discouraged and helpless and feeling stuck. So Kaori resorts to the final effort, playing music. Music transcends words. Wow. Even the lights are sipping through the clouds in the backgrounds. Oh. Come on, take... Oh, oh no. She's so frail. Oh, gosh. Oh. He likes you. Oh my gosh. Oh, the confession. Oh my gosh. She's so scared. Yeah. Oh my gosh. This is so hard for both of them. Oh. Oh. Do you guys remember earlier when the camera focused on a single snowflake? Super, super, mega, uber symbolic. First of all, did you guys know that no two snowflakes share the exact same identical patterns because the fractal nature of snowflake? Each snowflake is individually unique. There is seemingly infinite amount of permutations possible within the snowflakes. It's extremely fascinating because the fractals and all that. That's one, which symbolizes the unique nature of every single one of us. Snowflakes may seem similar, but they are not. Our situations are all seemingly similar. The trauma, the struggle, lack of control. Life's gonna life. At the same time, we, the endurers of our situations, are all unique. We have our unique strength. Just like the uniqueity of each snowflake. That's level 1. Level 2, snowflake, when it's melted, it transforms into a different form of water. So the end of a snowflake is not the end. It just simply transforms. It manifests into a different form of water. It's malleable. Similarly, when we're going through a difficult situation, we may feel like life is over. There's no more hope. We feel absolutely at loss of control and we feel stuck, but it is not over. It simply transforms to a different avenue of opportunities and different hope. It may not feel the same. It may not look, our situations may not look like the way we're hoping to, the way we're expecting. But again, we are not gods. We don't get to bend life per our will. At the same time, if we can be like water, as Bruce Lee once said, be like water, adapt into the different currents of life, different tsunamis and tidal waves of life, adapt. End of a snowflake is not over, it simply melts into water. We can be like that. Super, super deep. Okay, so we're at the finals. This month's the 28th. During Kaori's surgery, the risky, higher risk surgery that with potential possibly to extend her lifespan, and that prestigious competition. It's the final based on the calendar. I apologize for all my sighing.
さよならのキスをしてくれる人がいるんです。
Oh, shout out to the parents too.
脈拍安定しています。
麻酔完了しました。手術を始めます。
What a powerful parallel process and dichotomy happening. The one of the highest stake, most important entry exam / competition for Kosei. In a sense, he is also fighting for his life. Not the physical mortality of his life, but the future of his life. Going overseas, getting into a music institute within Japan, etc., etc. While Kaori's, too, literally fighting for her life. The physical mortality of her life and her future. Everyone is fighting for their lives. That is the symbolic significance of this date, the 28th. Go, Amy. Damn, we didn't even get to see the full performance? I'm sure she slayed.
最高の出来よ。
Wow.
ため息しか出ない。お兄ちゃんも会心の演奏だったけど。
Wow. Wow.
一つだと思ったがこうつつけがたい。
Wow.
あとは心象の差でしかない。
Artistic
出て
impression.
きたな魔女め。
この地区はすごいね。
I was like, dang, how are they going to shortchange us of Emmy's performance? But honestly, I don't think I could fully appreciate the music performance because I'm just so sad. This is so sad.
今天才がい
Man.
る。優勝はどっちかな。
これだから素人は。この後最高のピアニストが控えてます。
Arima Kosei,
あれ、ミーケ
the newest fan.
相変わらず人の執念を煽るのが上手ね、落合先生。
Oh, man.
会場に連れてきたものの、まともに弾けるかどうか。2年前に逆戻り。
Yeah. Oh. Arima's inner child feeling lost. Afraid. Emmy, come on.
有馬。
Emmy, be Arima's anchor. Yes. Yes, come on. Bring her out.
薬もらってこようか。胃薬ならすぐ持ってくるぞ。
Bring him back up to the surface from the ocean. No. Oh. Everyone is fighting. Oh. Bless those parents, man. Oh. To hear the transformed genius, everyone's waiting for him. Oh. Everyone's yearning for his performance on stage. His potentially life-changing, life-affirming, life-deepening performance. While Arima is yearning for one thing, safe recovery and successful surgery of Kaori. Oh, Arima. He can't even stand. No, you're not. Just talk to them. Oh my gosh. This is... Oh man, this is just so F, dude. This is so messed up. Reminiscent of Arima's last time he played, hoping for the recovery of his mom, which of course did not happen, and they had that huge fight and she passed away. I'm sure all of those thoughts, all of those emotions and feelings are taking over Arima right now. How can you focus when your internal reality and your internal landscape is absolutely being wrecked with the storm of your trauma and helplessness? What will ground Arima? Who is going to anchor him? Will he be able to anchor his ship amidst the storm? Come on, Arima.
有馬だ。
有馬くんだ。来た。有馬さん。
Man. Is he gonna break on stage just like what happened to him 2 years ago, dude? Oh my gosh. Oh. All the audience smiling scares me because that's foreshadowing and tells me it's gonna be like a absolutely stark contrast of their anticipation and Arima's struggle and potentially collapsing on stage. Oh my gosh, dude. Arima. Oh gosh. Yep, he's drowning. Visual distortions.
思い出したくないこと思い出させちゃったね。弓を持てないバイオリニストなんて意味ないもの。私忘れない。死んでも忘れない。
行かなきゃ。
忘れちゃえばいいんだよ。リセットボタンを押すみたいに。
行かなきゃ。
こんななら会わなきゃよかったね。
行かなきゃ。
Oh man.
行かなきゃ。僕はピアニストだから。
Oh my gosh, the blood of that black cat. Ah.
コース。
This is like a massive trauma session for me too. Oh my god, this is so sad. Oh my gosh.
また下向いてる。
Will the spirit of Kaori pull through for Kosei?
バカつばき。
他人のふり他人のふり。
Oh, Tsubaki, another anchor. Oh. His friends are the anchor, Nagi, the teachers, everyone, the judges, the audience, Mike. Oh, non-stop goosebumps. You're right, this show is not just about Kosei. This show is not just about Kaori. This show is not just about Tsubaki or Watari or the music or the performance or the comeback. This show is much more than, yes, it encompasses all of that. The full spectrum of emotions, full range of our lived experience. At the same time, this show is much more than that. This show is about all of us. The viewers, the audience, the pianist. This show is about all of us. The interconnected nature, the interconnectedness of the collective humanity. This music is all about all of us. And that's clicking, and that's going to be the anchor for Kosei. Music transcends words, but also music transcends the individuality of who we are. It's a bridge. It's a connector. It connects and bridges all of us together through this beautiful, beautiful art form that we call music. Whoa.
なんて豊かな音色なんだ。
What a remarkably rich sound. Oh my gosh, he is playing through his music, reconnected and reconciled with his emotions. This is, I think, the combination of Kaori's artistic expression, Emi's freeness, Takashi's precise nature, all of that is at the peak of musicality. Because how can you reach the peak of musicality without emotionality, right? Life is difficult. Life is going to life. At the same time, if we look at the perspective in music, with this ability to even transcend the certain aspects of life, think about when we're really, really sad, a breakup, feeling helpless. We listen to our favorite piece of sad music or whatever music that we resonate with. And we do resonate. Music does comfort us. It does soothe us. Music does ground us. What does that say about the power of music? Life shakes us up, yet music has the power to ground us. That is the power of music. Isn't that crazy to think about? This man-made art form that we call music has the ability to soothe us when life is beating us up. Because life is this untouchable force of nature. Yet music can touch that. Music can ground that. Music can anchor that. What a remarkably rich sounds, as the person said.
ショパンバラード第1番ト短調作品23
So gentle, so deep.
ささやくように
Oh,
甘えるよう
like a
に
whisper,
優しく悲しげに
show of
ショ
affection
パン
so
のバラード
gently.
が奏でる
もうさ
今は心のままに弾きなさい、
心の中はカオスです。
神父です。
ちょっとはいいこと言っ 口下手なんだから。
That was such a beautiful sequence. That is a combination of all those who played a irreplaceably meaningful role in his life. The anchors that came before him. The meaningful social relationships that have grounded him, and they've allowed him to endure some of the most difficult and tragic situations in his life. He is now the embodiment of everyone who came before him, emotionally, psychologically, and musically.
僕が今
Yes. Everyone, all of us.
僕の人生に関わった人、僕を豊かにしてくれた人、
は音楽で語らねえとな。
ああ、アイザ、その通りだ。
悲しくても私たち最強だもん。
弾くんだ、弾くんだ。僕はそうやって生きていく人種。
Cherry Blossom is back.
すごいよ、有馬先生。先生の人生は、先生の音楽は
Your life, your music.
カラフルに色づいている。
Wow. Wow. Bursting with color of life. Color of life.
悲しげに色づいている。
Such a mournful color. Oh, because cherry blossom symbolizes spring, the transitions, right? That's the transitional of life, transitional seasons, seasonal transitions. That's what mourning is. We're mourning for change, for transitions, for departure. All right, going straight into episode 22. Wow, episode 21 was called Snow, and the final episode is called Spring Breeze. Spring comes after the winter. Man. The glistening of lights. Man, look at this. Such meticulous detail. Arima has become one with piano, his instrument, to depict his life and his journey up until this point. Oh, so many rooting for him. Wow. What a sequence of animation. Real quick, this is really, really deep. Again, obviously in the previous episode, just momentarily before, I talked about the sequence of animation is the culmination, the collective influence and the irreplaceable role of all those that were with him, for him, watching him. Here, another thought just hit me. We know epigenetics and genetics, right? Genetics is obviously the molecules, the DNA genomes. That's what we're born with. That's a nature. Epigenetics, definition right here, is the change of our DNA expression based on our nurture, environmental feedback, the experiences. So it's the nature and nurture, genetics and epigenetics. In that sense, we can view this performance through an epigenetical aspect, through an epigenetical perspective. What do I mean by that is, Kosei is comprised of who he is, the genetics, the absolute gifted prodigy of a pianist who's dominated every performance he's been in until his hiatus and sabbatical leave because of his trauma 2 years ago. But he has that gift within him. That's the genetics. That is his nature. That is the fundamental makeup of who he is as a musician, as he said, as a pianist. But then there's the epigenetics, the nurture. All of the influence and the ripples of healing that Kaori's brought him, Tsubaki as his childhood best friend, Watari as a man's man, as one of the best friends any guys could have, Kaori, the first spring that brought colors into his colorless life, into his colorless, lifeless existence, formerly known as human metronome, to now more dynamic, more vibrant, more emotionally expressive, more authentic, his teacher, everyone else. In that sense, the fabric of our existence, the makeup of our being, comprised of what we were born with, the genetics, but also the epigenetics, the nurture. Everyone, they've played a role. Everyone and everything and every experience we've interplayed up until this point. We are both, for better or worse. We are all of the experiences we've gone through, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we have to embrace all of that. Not embracing the good, or not embracing the bad and the ugly necessarily. But what I mean is embracing that we are the makeup of nature and nurture. What we're born with and the experiences we've gone through. What is a more powerful portrayal than Arima Kosei, who represents both of those, the genetics and the epigenetics? That's what he's saying. Everyone is watching, but it's not just everyone is watching. Everyone who's been part of his journey is now a part of him. He now embodies and represents all of those that he's experienced his journey throughout. He is everyone, and everyone is him. That is the epigenetics. Isn't that so powerful? And that's for all of us too. Traumatic flashback.
私がいるじゃん。
Oh, the inner child's meeting
君の言う通り
Kaori.
だ。
So many
僕は
emotions.
一人じゃない。僕らは誰
This is exactly what I just said. From the moment that we meet someone else, none of us can ever be alone. Even when we're physically alone in this physical reality, this empirical nature of our existence, we are never alone because, like I just talked about, genetics and epigenetics, we literally embody all of the experiences, all of the emotions, all of the relationships in our lives. We are literally not alone on a molecular level.
僕らはつながっている。
Yes. Yes. Such intensity. Wow. The animation is crazy also. Wow.
私を一人にしないで。
バカ。僕がいるじゃん。
Inside of me.
君がいる。
That's literally epigenetics. You live inside of me on a DNA expression level. We are literally inside of each other, meaningfully, undeniably, nature and nurture. Yes, Reacher. Here we go again. Wow, he summons white snow after the cherry blossom of spring. Wow. What does this represent? Transformation? Hope? Springs that's to come? Oh, the last bench they sat at. The last in-person experience they've shared, going up to the rooftop. Oh, man. He hurt her spirit. Oh shit, does this mean Kaori died in procedure? What does this mean? Or it just means they're connecting in one. The union. And music did reach her, transcending life in itself on a spiritual level. Oh, Arima's crying. Oh, fuck. Do you see that? Arima looks sad because I think that's what this is represents Kaori passing away. Oh, excuse my cussing. Oh, man. Music transcends words. And in this sense, music transcends the very form of life itself on a spiritual level. And they're connected. And they will share their final performance together in spirit of Kaori. Oh, Kosei's so sad. Even the setting, this is like it's like an infinity pool, right? Except it's infinity ocean, and sky and ocean became one. I think this is symbolizing the transitional space between Earth and the afterlife, the physical realm and the metaphysical realm, representing the spiritual nature of this scene. They've connected and become one. I am inside of you and you are inside of me. The body and the spirit in one. That's why the sky and the oceans are connected seamlessly. Such a powerful portrayal. This is absolute cinema. But this meant the music reached her. And I think Arima Kosei knows that too. What a performance of a lifetime, dude. Wow. It was like an infinite gaze. Performance of a lifetime. That transcends life itself. That bridges the life and the afterlife. The physical and the metaphysical. The being and the spirit. What a transcendental. This is a transcendental performance. The golden hour, sun is setting. Kaori's life is coming to an end. Thank you. Or don't forget me.
待って行かないでくれ
Oh no.
またカヌレをねだってよ
Oh.
暇つぶしに電話してきてよ友人 A で構わないから
Oh, she's transitioning. She's departing the world. Oh man. What a wild animation, dude. This is... She's emitting light. She's becoming light itself. And Kosei is the instrument for that light. Oh, she's departing. That timing was insane. It's not over. I can hear the yearning, the sorrow, the mourning in his piece. Oh, what a transcendental performance that was. That was unreal. Goodbye. Wow. Oh, Kaori's
あり
great.
がとう。香りの人生を豊かにしてくれて。
Whoa, seasons are flying by. Whoa, what is this, free run? Oh, okay, all right, it's already spring. All right. Oh, black cat. Oh. Such a spiritual animals. They're everywhere.
背景有馬昴生様、さっきまで一緒にいた人に手紙を書くのは変な感じです。
Gotta roast Arima a little bit.
君を
You
初め
know?
て見たのは5つの時。当時
What?
通ってた。
This is that blonde girl that we saw in the very beginning of the season. This is a full circle moment. Arima, unknown to him, was also the center and the seed of inspiration for Kaori, along with so many other countless musicians to be who later became musicians, who in turn also re-inspired and re-motivated Arima by deepening his true sense of identity in a musician and a pianist who's not playing for the score or the music sheets, but for relationships, for the beauty of humanity, the beauty of life. What an impressive writing.
登場したその子は椅子にお尻をぶつけ笑い。 私の憧れになりました。
Wow.
音は24色パレットのようにカラフルで、メロディーは踊りです。
Wow. He's so innocent, so cute.
子が泣き出したのはびっくりしました。それなのに。
Also, Kaori was saying that she saw like the 24 pellet colors and she saw melody in colors. I forgot the name of the condition, but I do know there's a certain conditions that some musicians have where they don't really read music, but they hear music in sounds, or not obviously sounds. They hear music in colors. It's like a visual representations of this auditory input. And I know it's a pretty rare condition. Someone, if you guys know what I'm talking about, feel free to comment below. But I know that a certain very gifted musicians does share that trait. And that's why music for them is like a both auditory and visual experience. Super powerful.
左右しといてひどいやつです。
Wow. Kaori quit piano to play violin so she can one day be accompanist with Kosei so they can share the same stage together when she's grown up. Dude, this show is so deep. The plot is so deep. What? Kaori gave up her own dream and instruments of piano so that she could accompany Kosei, the man who's changed her life? The new object of her admiration? What the heck? Yo, this is crazy. Oh my goodness.
中学だと知った時は舞い上がりました。
They even went to the same
どうやれ
school?
ば声かけら
Egg sandwiches. She knows him. Oh, and Tsubaki.
結局眺めてるだけでした。
Yo, oh my
だ
gosh.
ってみんな
Yo.
入るスペースはないんだもの。
Oh. You see, everyone shares some sort of invisible insecurities. Tsubaki had insecurities about her not being a musician and feeling like she's being left behind by Kosei and Kaori. But here, unknown to Tsubaki and us, Kaori shared that insecurities too, feeling like she does not belong, she cannot fit in. It's always a trio, Tsubaki, Watari, and Kosei. Every one of us shares invisible struggle and insecurities. Ain't that the truth? At the same time, we are not alone. We are never alone.
子供の頃に手術をして定期的に通院して
Oh, this is a
中1の
childhood
時に倒れ
condition.
たのをきっかけに
Hmm.
と学校に行けなかったな。あまり自分の体が良くないのは分かってました。
Also, this is a really long letter. Did all this content fit into that single envelope? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to switch it up a little bit. But for real though, this is a lot of content. How did Kaori fit into a single letter? Maybe multiple pages?
病院の
my
待合室で
apologies.
お父さんとお母さんが泣いているのを見て、私は長くないのだと知りました。
Kaori knew about the terminal nature of her illness through watching her parents, through proximity of that. Man.
その時です。
What was that?
私は
Pink ribbon? What is this? Your Name? What the heck? One of my favorite movies that I've reacted to, right? Your Name right here. Anyway, sorry. Just. Wow. Wow. You. Full body goosebumps, dude. Wow. Yo, Watari. Again, what a full circle moment.
くんならすぐ私のことなんか忘れちゃうかな。
No, that's not true.
友達としては面白いけど、やっぱり私は一途な人がいいな。あと、椿ちゃんにも謝っといてください。
Oh, this is not just a love letter. This is a emotional closure letter. It's almost like our dear Violet, the auto memory doll, wrote this letter, but of course she didn't. Anyway, just a lot of this reminds me of the emotional closure, the ending, the journey, the process, the series of Violet Evergarden. Also one of my all-time favorites. Anyway, back here. My brain's going all different directions. But yeah, this is a letter of emotional closure. This is much beyond just a farewell. This is so deep.
通り過ぎていなくなる人間。変な過去を残したくなかったので、椿ちゃん。
That's not true.
いい返事をくれなかったと思うな。
That might be true.
だって椿ちゃんは君のこと大好きだったから。みん
Daisuke.
なとっくに知ってるんだから。知らなかったのは君と。
True.
は？
You
ご
too.
飯食べてるか聞いてきて。
Bro, come on, Tsubaki. You too. Yeah, exactly.
白
Super unnatural.
昴生、母ちゃんが好きな人がいなくなってきっと落ち込ん。
Just being
あ
there.
んたバカなんだ
Yeah.
からない頭使ってもしょうがない。
you're so dumb that it does you no good to rack the brains that you don't even have. Yo.
筋肉のがいいっす。
Yes, just be there.
いつも
Just
通
be
りで
there.
いいんだよ。きっと
Just show up. Yes.
こういう時は
Yes.
あんたのその恋愛観どっから来たの？
BL
思ってたより暗くて卑屈で、意固地でしつこくて洞察魔。思ってたより声が低くて、
Gotta sneak in that hentai, you know? Gotta sneak that in.
思ってたより男らしい。
Wow.
思ってた通り優しい人でした。
Mm.
東京橋から飛び込んだ川は冷たくて気持ちよかったね。
Wow.
音楽室を除くまん丸の月はおまんじゅうみたいで美味しそうだった。
Delicious red bean bun. Hey, if you know, you know. Red bean buns. Korea has it. Japan has it. So good. So good. And what a beautiful reminiscence and recollections and revisiting memory lane. I completely forgot about them jumping off the bridge of the bravery. Again, every single experience, no matter the hardships and suffering, has now become a fundamental part of who Kosei is and who he is becoming. Again, genetics and epigenetics. Our DNA expression literally changes over time based on the experiences we go through, based on the meaningful experiences we go through. Yes, the trauma, that's why they're called the trauma genes, but also the beautiful, uplifting, life-transforming experiences. The trauma and the renewal, they both change and influence our DNA expressions. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that amazing?
競争した電車には本気で勝てると。
So
夜
meta.
の学校って絶対なんかあるよね。雪って桜の花びらに似てるよね。
Snow looks like cherry blossom petals. That's also the reason why they focus on that single snowflake last episode. This show, man. Poetically impressive and impressively poetic. So
演
many
奏
layers.
家なのに舞台の外のことで心がいっぱいなのはなんかおかしいね。
On and off the stage, huh? Bro, is Nagi admiring Arima or falling in love with Arima? Bro, Arima, reel it back, bro. Like, you've maximized your stats in charisma unknowing to you. You're charisma out. Too many stats. Let's reallocate some points into other aspects. My goodness.
こんな些細なことなんておかしいよね。君はどうですか？
It breathes life into the normal. The song lyrics, man, it breathes life into the normal. What is the it? Music. Music makes seemingly ordinary experiences extraordinary. And underneath the music is emotionality, the meaningful connections, the expression, and the connection through music, or through emotions and music.
私は誰かの心に住めたかな。
Yes.
そうだね。
Yep. Yes.
ちょっとでも私のこと思い出してくれるかな。
And the breezy blowing, that's a spring breeze. Even after the initial spring, there's many more springs to come. And spring breeze is also an integral part of a spring. The breeze, the winds will keep coming. It comes and goes, ebbs and flows. But regardless, there will always be a breeze of spring, with or without Kaori. And like I said, with genetics and epigenetics, Kaori is now a part and inside of Kosei for the rest of his life. She will always occupy a meaningful, irreplaceable place in his heart.
釣れたら
That's the grieving,
化け
right?
て出てくるくせに
リセットなんか嫌だよ。
するもんか。
君でよかった。届くかな。
Wow. Full circle.
君が好きです。
Wow.
好きです。カヌレ、全部食べれなくてごめんね。
You did hit Arima a lot, but obviously forgiven. Sorry and I love you. Man.
ありがとう。
Sorry and I love you and thank you. Such a cliche and such a trope, but so beautiful. It still hit. What a masterful poetic delivery of that. Wow. I'm sorry, I love you, and I thank you. That's the trinity. That is the trinity of trope in romance anime. Yet it hits.
君は自分勝手だ。俺
私の宝物を同封いたします。
What's that?
いらなかったら
And then Tsubaki's gonna come across the train track. Oh my gosh.
捨ててください。
What a timing, dude. This is nuts. The one he loved passed away, and Kosei's reading the letter from the girl he loved. And then the girl that loves him walks over and approaches him to check in on him. Dude, this is fate. Oh my gosh, dude.
一人になんてなれると思うなよ、コセ。背後霊みたくずっと
Aww. Double confession, confession square. Aww. Spring will be here soon.
春が来る。
Oh, the spiritual black cat. I mean, in that sense, Tsubaki no longer has any competition. You know what I mean? Wow, what an interesting trio. A triangular relationship. So refreshing, so wholesome, so tragic, but so beautiful. Every day since I met you has been a precious memory. You see, the memories become part of us. Again, the change of DNA expression, the nature and nurture. Yo, this episode is about epigenetics.
君がいない。
A spring without you will arrive, and he will be okay. Because he has everyone else. He is not alone. Wow, they were in a picture together, dude. I met the girl under flu blooms cherry blossom, and my fate has begun to change. I mean, faithful encounter, yeah. All right, let's watch the outro. Oh, Kaori. I'm lost without you. But we're never truly lost because we're never truly alone, because we are the embodiment of everyone and everything and every experience before us. Shining ever brightly without fading. That is hope, isn't it? Sure, it may be fickle, it may dwindle at times, but it shines like a candle shining brighter than the sun at night. It's not about the size of the light. It's not about the size of the candle. It's about the candle itself, that light, that hope, that humanity. We're still the same, sharing this collective human experience. The naive kids we've always been, full circle since she was 5. Arima's performance that changed so many lives, had so many influences, profoundly so, full circle. They're changed, they've grown, they've matured. But the innocence, that naive inner child is still within them. And naivete, naive here, is not in a negative connotation. We carry through the seasons of life. Heading towards our own unique futures, like the snowflake that I talked about. It's individually unique. Unique dreams. R.I.P. Kaori. Wow. Let me watch the opening sequence of that music straight through, since I didn't get to do that earlier. We're surrounded by the sound of music, and here music also represents life, the emotions, the meaningful relationships, those who are with us, watching us. Symphony of life. Oh, music's great. Trying to forget won't help me. Avoidance is not the answer. We have to confront. We have to face life head on, not alone, with everyone around us, everyone inside of. Bring them right back to the surface. Kosei drowning in the ocean, in the abyss, coming back out. His second life as a musician, as a person, as Arima Kosei. Great animation. kept going round and round in circles, like all these plot, just so many full circle moments. But it's time for a clock to start ticking again. That's callback to Tsubaki, right? For her, time was frozen until she was honest and expressive of her feelings and emotions. Great animation, dude. Forever and ever. Again, it's even the genetics and epigenetics, everything I talked about and yapped about also applies to grief counseling. By us memorializing, honoring, grieving our loved ones that have passed away, in a sense, we continue to carry them inside of us and with us. They are with us forever and more. Again, on an epigenetical level, the change of DNA expressions itself, that's the power of legacies, memories, meaningful relationships. Emi, Tsubaki, take it all in and show the world that we are here. We're no longer running away, escaping, hiding, avoiding, but we are here. Here's all of us, the good, the bad, and the ugly. If we do not embrace all of us, why would the world embrace us for who we are? We must embrace us. And then the world will open doors, open pathways for those who are ready to show up. Show the world we are here. Beautiful notes. I can't create alone. Just like life, as I yap about every series, life is a team sport. It's a team performance. We cannot play team sport solo. We cannot perform music, a duet alone. Although Arima did, right? But he's the MC, you know what I mean? We cannot create alone. We cannot create the meaningfulness of life's experiences alone. Share all of our emotions, laughter, the sadness. Wow. I will stand up and do a standing ovation, but I'm not dressed appropriately. Bottom half, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, wow, enough said. That's almost an hour and a half. And yeah, I see why everyone encouraged me to watch and react episode 21 and season finale episode 22 together. It is a must collective watch. So thank you for the tip. And as always, a massive shout out to our big donors, Science and Tritons. Here we are at last, at the finale, at the finishing, the conclusion of this seriously one of the most poetically beautiful and tragic animes I've seen. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here today. Not saying goodbye, but until we meet again. Thank you. And to everyone else watching, thank you for watching the series with me. The show did not have a high engagement. And again, this definitely not a rewatch for everyone. It is really, really sad. But equally, the ending was so powerful. It encapsulated everything and more. Truly a symphony of music, life, emotions, and relationships, trauma, loss, grief, all of that. Encapsulated everything so beautifully within the container of life itself. I'm very excited to start new series, right? Mob Psycho 100 has been releasing, and I'll also be reacting to Avatar The Last Airbender, and 86 will also be releasing near you. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a wonderful, wonderful journey. And as always, until next time, peace.